Ready?
Yep.
2, ready, go. Grab your friends and gather around. Hear the stories when you're down. With songs and smiles for miles. If you're looking for a place to go, I know one hell of a show. There's a place that'll make you glad. Opposite of being sad.
Oh, welcome back to Dope Discussions with Dick and Dank. Dick and I are out here in our Cortucky Oasis garage studio, if you will.
It's hot as fuck.
Oh, I got the fan on. What
I
else
know,
you want
thank
me to
God.
do? There's something, you know.
Yeah. Oh,
Thank God, thank me. I bought the fan and turned it on.
That's fair. Thanks, Dank.
Jeez.
I wasn't complaining. That was just an observation, by the way.
Fair enough.
You can't change the weather. Although I did look out there when I was on my phone talking to my wife at your beautiful pool thinking, why aren't we in the pool while we're doing this?
Well, probably because I haven't had the solar cover on it in about a week or so, and it's going to be pretty chilly in that water, I guarantee.
That's fair.
You can get in if you want.
I might talk louder when I'm in the pool.
You probably will.
Or
You
just
probably
more squeakier,
will.
one of the two.
So those loyal Dick and Dank listeners, if you listen to episode number, was a recent one, Trauma Translator, number 28. Dick and Dank episode number 28, we talked to the Trauma Translator and his phantom leg pain from his amputee.
Phantom nerve pain, just for the...
Well, whatever. You're the expert. Phantom nerve pain, and then he used, he finally discovered cannabis, which is kind of why we're here. We're talking about cannabis and the healing powers, and everything is done for everybody we've talked to on this show.
Yep.
And then they were able to work with a special genetics company, mastermind with weed pollination. He partnered with Hang Fire Genetics. If you're on Instagram, it's Hang, HANGF1RE_genetics. And that's how you'll find him on Instagram. That's how we found him. That's how I've been following and messaging him. And we have Dustin and Christy here today from Hang Fire Genetics.
Thank you guys so much for having us.
Yeah, thanks for being on.
So it's awesome that you guys were able to. You guys were eager to jump on here. I can only imagine because you obviously realize the healing power of weed, what you can do with it, and the fact that you were able to kind of why we're here today, talk about how you could, because Dick's a grower, and in many ways,
not a shower,
right? In many ways, but he grows at home, and he's been working with a couple other guests on our show, Daily Homegrown, to grow weed at home and get the best production, and how to find the right one for him, and how he can still function in his day-to-day life while using cannabis to heal his pain and calm his nerves, anxiety, whatever you're using it for.
Yep.
But you were able to, we talk about the terpenes and how the cannabinoids and how it can affect different parts of the endocannabinoid system.
Are you saying that right?
I think so.
I don't know.
It sounds right. Well,
do you guys know?
The endocannabinoid, or
yeah,
close enough.
that's what we call it.
So, but
So
anyway,
we can be wrong together.
That's fair.
You
That's
guys, you worked with him. You communicated. Obviously he was describing what it's doing, what it's not doing. How do you guys go about finding a plant that better narrows down exactly what cures him specifically?
So how we do our selection, we started Hang Fire Genetics in 2020. At that time, I had been getting weaned off. I'm a combat disabled veteran. I was in the Marine Corps.
Okay.
I was in a IED explosion July 11th of 2009. And so fast forward, getting through the military, getting through that injury, I was on a plethora of pills.
Yeah.
And when I say I was on the lower side of a lot of pills, I was taking about 46 to 50 pills a day.
Holy
and I know
shit.
other guys that are taking upwards of 100 pills.
Oh,
Not
shit.
100 different prescriptions, but 100 pills.
And I've met somebody. I worked with a guy that he was a veteran. Same thing. Like he couldn't sleep. He's going to the vet doctors all the time and trying all these different medications and pain and just the PTSD, which you're familiar with as well. So
Yep.
And it's a good one that we have a medicine that we can grow ourselves to heal ourselves, and the fact that you guys can genetically enhance it, if you will, to be more specific and tailored to the individual itself.
Yes. So when we started, it really was something for my ailments. I was almost 240 pounds, lethargic, not wanting to really be motivated.
Yeah.
From one time in my life, I was a stud of a Marine,
Sure.
and and so like that was a real gut check. I had a good friend that was, hey man, Michigan's legal now. I know when we were in the service, it's looked down on negatively. So breaking through that narrative and paradigm to be able to allow myself to even use cannabis
Right.
was huge. So I actually started in the medical program
Yeah.
here in Michigan prior to uh, actually growing. So I've been part of the medical program since 2017
Okay.
when I started to wean off the pharmaceuticals.
Now, is this the first time you've tried marijuana at this point in your life?
No, I dabbled very lightly, maybe one or two joints in high school.
Okay.
We'll
get to that
but,
later, but continue on your
uh,
story.
So when 2020 came around, it got to the point where I just felt like I was spending a lot of money at dispensaries to really not feel fulfilled.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was the wrong type of effect that I wanted to have.
It's helping, but not quite enough.
It could be better.
Right.
Absolutely.
You're on the right track. So what can we do to, narrow it down, hone it in, and perfect it?
And I was very fortunate that getting into some organizations that help veterans get into cultivating. There was a group called Boots to Buds, which was all about veterans getting into growing. So I learned a lot through that group. And from there, we got our first set of seeds. And after we went through the first set of seeds, our grow, we about killed everything our first grow.
Isn't that a sickening
absolutely
feeling?
had no idea what we were doing whatsoever. And it was horrific. We had one plant survive and we were like, wow, this is a huge plant. We're going to have so much. And we ended up, what was it? 18 grams dried.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
shit.
We didn't even get an ounce on our first grow.
But it was a
Right.
hero because it survived.
Yes. And so after that point, we were able to find other caregivers within the Michigan Caregivers Associations and stuff like that, and really finding out like how you can grow and find strains that work for you. So there was a strain going around that was called Marion Heron. And I'm not sure of the genetics it was, but the first time that I had partaken that from a caregiver, it was something that I had never experienced before.
Oh, can you describe it?
The grower that I got it from, he passed away from terminal brain cancer.
Okay.
But a lot of his input of being an old head really put us in the aspect of a similar situation as he was on a bunch of pain meds and different stuff as well. So when we really got into finding something that worked and we had a proper effect, it was okay. Now I want to see what I can really find with it.
Mm-hmm.
And so we took clones. We took the genetic and we tested it every which way that we could.
So is this in 2020 then still?
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
Yes.
So you just started in 2020.
Yes.
Holy shit. So you had your first grow was awful and you
Yes,
went all
absolutely.
in after that. That's impressive. All right. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
He learned a lot on that first
some of
try.
Cool. Yeah.
So our first strain that we grew was Zombie Death Fuck, which was
Zombie death fuck. Damn, that sounds harsh.
I love
Just
it. Sorry. I had an edible about 3:00, so I'm laughing a little bit more than what I was.
No, you're good. Keep it up.
And-
Zombie death fuck's funny.
Is
as
it funny?
fuck.
Yeah.
and so that was a Girl Scout cookie crossed to a OG Kush. And when we cultivated it, we were like, wow, what did we do?
Uh-huh.
Because we had such a night and day experience.
Really?
Oh, okay.
And
Just research.
we just started researching more to like lineages of genetics that really worked for myself, that also worked for my wife. And it really started internal
Uh-huh.
before we started expanding out.
Okay.
So now if we fast forward, we had a huge learning curve from like 2020 to 2022.
Uh-huh.
And in 2022, we purchased our home, and that's really when things started to, pick up a little bit more. We
You
were
can
able to do a
expand.
lot more.
Yeah.
So we went from growing in a 4x4 to growing in a 10x10 space.
Oh, nice.
So
Right.
that was a great expansion that allowed a lot more ability for us to hunt genetics,
Sure.
and be able to also have medicine on hand.
So did you were you growing several different strains in that one tent, or were you more focused on one strain at a time? Not strain specifically, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, we started with like 3 or 4 different strains off the bat, but we
Okay.
were all looking in like at the time, like a lot of people will do, they go and they look at the information on it and it says effects and stuff, so
Yep.
we're looking for something uplifting, pain relieving to help with, anxiety, depression, these types of things that, all encompass things that I was prescribed pills for,
For
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
and so
But then it was the plant too, like the size of the plant, and then like the size of the plant, and then like how it grows, how it stacks, and
Yep.
if you're gonna
Yeah.
get a lot or not take up a lot of space. And like we usually look for, like, personally, like smaller but a lot of product on a small space that's easy and doesn't need a lot of trimming or bending or any of those things.
Okay.
So that's cool. So you guys really, really dove in
So
and did
plant
your
type,
research.
plant style, and,
And-
effect, and
We also took classes for like the soils
Horticulture.
and microbial life and doing organic as well.
Holy shit! You guys, I mean,
all
so
in.
for
Which I think
so
they
for
offer that at Black Hawk College.
do they? I haven't looked
there's
into.
there's a marijuana class.
Oh,
I
that's
know.
cool.
Yeah, I was thinking about taking it with Obi-Wan. It's online, I think.
No shit, that'd be cool.
it
I
would.
might have to look
Yes.
into that too. So
soil microbiology and thinking about microbes and how it works in the soil, it's cool. You can nerd out in it as much as you want, or
right.
or not.
Well, what I wanted to say is like, so for the casual listener to this, and there's a lot of casual. They're probably any experienced grower listen to
casual
us.
are
and-
they?
Well, but any experienced grower listen to us and they go, Jesus Christ, you guys suck.
Well,
But-
that's probably valid.
But anyway, like I just
We're
like
not for
I
everybody.
want no, but what I want people to understand like you guys went from total failure to not total because you got 18 ounces or not ounces but grams.
I feel that's
But-
high price because it's limited quantity while supplies last.
That's fair.
Expensive per ounce.
Right.
Rare.
To completely immersed in it, and I mean, like that's impressive. Like you, that.
Yeah.
Well, that's how they have hangfire genetics.
Well, yeah, that's true. Like that's true. And to
But you started with yourself, so let's start there. You said
Yes.
40 pills,
Yeah, 46 to 50 pills.
and how many pills
depending.
now after using cannabis regularly?
Now I'm actually just taking vitamin D3, magnesium oxide. I take minerals, multivitamin, in very, I take the, I can never think of the name. It's like the stuff for nausea. So sometimes with my
Zofran?
TB, I get, yes,
I got you.
Zofran,
I was a
or
paramedic for
Destrin,
20
or whatever
years,
they
so.
call it.
what's that?
And I was thinking of Destrin or something, but I think that might be its actual name.
Afrin. There's Afrin.
No. Shit. I was a paramedic for 20 years, and so I used to
Well, then
remember
you
that
should
shit.
know
but
this.
I should know. I just know it's Zofran. That's what
I
we
should
called it.
not, and I don't.
Anytime I gave morphine, I gave Zofran as well. And like,
Okay.
we didn't have a protocol for that. And one day, like our medical director's like, why do you always give Zofran when you give morphine? And I was like, well, don't most patients want to throw up when they have morphine? He goes, yeah. I go, well, why wouldn't you give it right away in the ambulance? And then when they get to your
Right.
ER, they're not throwing up.
It's a good choice.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Back then, that was a smart choice. Maybe now they look back and know more about medicine and I killed people. Maybe not really, but you know what I'm saying.
All right,
Right.
so you found cannabis. It got you off
Yes.
the pills. It's healed you. You look great to me. From
Yeah,
through
thank you.
through the internet call on Instagram. But you're doing well as far as obviously you're only taking some vitamins and whatnot.
Yes.
So then, how do you take that into running into Trauma Translator and trying to do this for other people?
Yeah. So when we took our selection, so in 2022 we started with the idea of finding the mother plants of genetics that we've run in the past and
Okay.
finding mothers from that and just taking clones and just beating the living crap out of them, putting them outside, ripping them out of the soil, underfeeding them, overfeeding them, underwater, overwater, trying to get them to, show intersex traits or what's known as hermaphrodites, and you're not excluded from it. You could do all the testing, have great results, and still end up with it. But we wanted something that if somebody else was in the position that, hey, I want to get off pills and I want to have something to supplement that as soon as possible, that's what we wanted to do. So with my TBI, I deal with like a lot of pain.
Oh,
I
another
deal with,
TBI survivor. Ditto. How about that?
those types of things. And so we used a genetic from a good friend of mine, 47th parallel genetics, called Hell's Half Acre.
Yep.
And that crossed with purple tie. And the purple tie we were given was just a 3-pack of seeds that was just in a sandwich bag. And so we didn't have a large selection, but the one we had was, my wife touched it and it was straight Tootsie Roll on the nose. And she was like, we have to do something with this.
Nice.
And we had a resinous, really stacked out male of the Hell's Half Acre. And she's like, let's hit it, And so the Hell's Half Acre is really nice. It's, for me, it's helped with, anxiety. It's helped with pain, just associated with even like arthritis. Like in the winter, a lot of my joints have a lot of pain.
Yep.
And so that was more where we were looking at. I sent these seeds to Trauma Translator. He grew them out using water and soil. He didn't use nothing special. And when he hit us up and he was like, Dustin, this is some of the craziest cannabis I've ever grown. It's so easy. That's what we'd love to hear. But, like we didn't expect at the same time, the effect that it would have after he grew it. So when we went through the parents, of that strain, both were really nice, but John's actually at the time was the only one who actually had flowered out that strain.
Okay.
So for him coming back to us and telling us that he was having the relief with the nerve pain and the ghost pain from the nerve pain from being an amputee.
Yep.
That was amazing, because on the flip side of that is my time in service. I know a few amputees that have, combat related, have missing limbs and stuff like that. But really the basis of that genetic, when we cultivated it, was to help with like the migraines, the ocular migraines that kick in that are associated with, my TBI. So, to hear in that aspect that he had that benefit, that is super exciting. I can't speak on it because I have my arms and legs.
Right.
Right.
So
It's hard to relate
for
to.
for us, especially when you were telling us about Andy, I believe his name was.
Yep.
And we had no hesitation. Like, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and it's subjective to John. But that's what this should all be about, in the cannabis community be about.
Yep.
Is, we aren't built on trying to make a buck. We understand we have a value for what we're doing.
Right.
But we want to have what we put out there, something that can be utilized, and it you can feel that intention from the time that you get the pack of the seed throughout the grow to your harvest, in a way that, there's almost a symbiosis between you as the grower and that plant, because that plant's now yours.
Yep.
Right.
We're not going to be out there to be like, oh, that's our genetic or anything like that, because that's not how we move.
Right.
We're not, we're here to help. A lot of it, I've lost a lot of friends, either to suicide or, from combat. So, if I can help somebody else out, and John saying that he's able to be there with his kids and stuff like that, that's like winning the lottery for me and my wife.
Oh, for sure. That's
so-
awesome.
Kind of validates what you're doing and all the hard work you put in.
Yeah.
It does. So this last year, well, I guess 2023 to 24 was really where we started finding the genetics that really just popped for us, because we flowered a lot of our genetics to see the effects before we wanted to use them. So we just kept the mothers.
Uh-huh.
So that's our selection process of how we do it. We've had some plants that grow immaculately, and then when you get to the finish and to the cure, it just wasn't there. A very pretty, aesthetically pleasing plant.
Yep.
You see it in a picture and you'd be like, oh my goodness, that's beautiful. But where we stand, it was not exactly what we were looking for. So that's just always something that we want to push forward. We keep those seed stocks in case, down the road we want to revisit it, or, hey, these genetics were okay, here's some freebies, or, whatever it can be in that aspect and arena.
That's cool.
Right.
That's cool. So, so how long has Christy used marijuana, cannabis?
Probably about 5 years.
Okay. Okay. So
Yeah.
do you want to talk about what you use it for?
Okay, so I had a lot of issues. I grew up pretty difficultly, and my teeth are actually fake.
Okay.
So I have issues with like eating and things like that, and anxiety. And yeah, it helps me live. I
Okay.
guess.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, it saved my life.
Yep.
Right.
That's why we do it. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. All right. That's cool. That's
I think
cool.
about all of us can say that.
Right. Right. So you guys, okay. So you about 5 years, and then you were about
Yeah.
8 years.
Yeah, be 10 years and 27.
Okay. All right. That's about when I started.
All right. So, can you remember your first time?
My first time, I actually can.
Okay.
So tell us about it.
Yeah.
Oh, so I had gotten home from school, and I ended up getting a pop can back in the day.
Yeah.
You fold it in and you
Yeah.
poke some holes in it.
Yeah.
And it was popping and snapping. It was mostly just seeds and stems, got
Sure.
it from a person that was a senior the year prior.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was harsh. I mean, I thought that's what it was supposed to be. It burned
Right.
the whole time.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But I remember just sitting there and just absolutely just couch locked, couldn't move,
Yeah.
but
Did it feel awful?
to me it didn't feel awful. I think my first time, I think the only negative was like that paranoia of, am I going to get caught? Because my parents had gone out of town,
Yeah.
they're on their anniversary weekend.
Oh shit.
Me and my brother, I was 16 when I first did it. So
Yeah.
Oh, fucking
Especially
cock
when you don't
blocking
know how long
dad.
it's gonna last or what's gonna happen. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
you
start
don't-
to get paranoid.
oh yeah, and then you're sitting there and you're like, oh man, you think you see one of your family members drive by, because Grandma and Grandpa lived right up the road. I have some aunts
Oh,
and
yeah.
uncles that live right on the same freeway, or
Smells like a
highway,
skunk
so-
out here. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So are you guys born and raised in Michigan then?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Right where you live then?
I was an Air Force brat, so I was actually born on K.I. Sawyer Air Force Base up in Marquette, Michigan.
That's in the UP, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay.
So
All right. That's cool. I snowmobiled a
most
little
of
bit
my
up
mom's side of the family's from like Menominee and Marinette area of Wisconsin.
there. Oh, okay.
Right on.
If you're familiar up there.
Very little, but sorta. Yeah. Well, that's cool. How about you, Christy?
Most of my family's in like mid Michigan. I'm from like the small little town, Maple Rapids,
Okay.
in the middle,
Maple-
like
Michigan's
nowhere.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, why
Right. Right. Well, that's cool.
not? So, Christy, do you remember your first time?
Yeah, I mean, my first time I was younger, and I mean, same
Younger
experience.
than now or younger than 16?
Younger than now. Yeah,
Okay.
I was probably, I would say probably about 16. Yeah, my best
16,
friend
okay,
came
about-
over,
All right.
and it was a pop bottle with the foil, and I said I was going to be at another friend's house. We left, and my friend that I was supposed to be called my house. My mom wasn't home yet, so I snuck in the window and deleted the message and went on my day. It was a wild day. It was,
Thank God
Awesome.
for answer machines.
Right.
yeah.
Delete.
You can't do that shit now with,
No.
with cell
Way
phones.
different now.
No.
Yo.
Geo-track your shit,
Right. Right. Oh, poor kids.
right? They can't get away with nothing.
No.
Yeah.
So do you guys? How do you market your stuff?
So really, with our marketing is actually
Our
all been
podcast now.
Right.
It's been all word of mouth at this point. We really just started off. I've probably sent out close to 50 packs to dudes that I've deployed with or
Uh-huh.
other veterans,
Uh-huh.
and then people like John, yourselves, and just really putting that intention out there that, I don't feel like we were in a place to just jump off and try to bite off more we could chew
Yep.
Right.
within the community. And I really feel like how we've let people run our strains and like hear back from them, and then hey, this mirrors the effects we're going for,
Yep.
or has some sort of profound effect, and that's really been the biggest thing. Like when John talks about it, and being able to talk to other people and say, hey, well, we have this guy that's saying this. And I mean, I meet guys at the VA. I'm up there a few times a week, and it's more of one of those things that a lot of vets didn't really want to talk about, but now that's so open here in Michigan, you got guys coming in talking about their grows and stuff like that while you're waiting for your appointment or group therapy or whatever, So
That's
it's
cool.
Right on.
It's
Right on.
I think that's really our biggest.
It's kind of a brotherhood.
Yes.
I mean, obviously the military is a brotherhood
for
as
sure.
it is, but like
Yeah.
there's another, not brotherhood wouldn't be the.
Now you got a veteran
it's
brotherhood.
like it's just a
now you got a
community.
cannabis
Yeah,
veteran
it's a sense
brotherhood.
of community. So
yes.
Yeah.
well, that's cool.
Yeah,
That's
it's
cool.
definitely that sense of community. And I mean, we've met some real awesome people that aren't veterans that, we've had people mentor us as well,
Uh-huh.
and give us tips and input that, has helped us along the way. And so, we don't feel like we want to gatekeep anything. So if we have anything that can assist anybody else, we're always open. We have a large family too, so we're not always able to, get back to people all the time. So,
Right.
Yep.
Right.
but
I mean, that's it's what's amazing is that here you are, you from scratch, from yourself, were able to discover marijuana as a treatment, get off all the pills, and now have discovered how to breed your clones and your seeds to something that's easy to grow at home. Right.
Yes.
After beating it up outside as you're testing the clones and finding the strongest and getting the most virile, if you will, of the plants.
Yeah.
And then to narrow them down specifically and be able to communicate that with people. Now, I'm a data guy. Is there a process where you guys are communicating back and forth the feedback? Is there a survey, like some standard questions, so you can like compare from this one to the next one, or what you could be different, or is it just kind of like hey, I really like this, it's working, but tweak this up a notch, and then you're like, oh, I know how to do that. How does that work?
really, so what's been working for us is that we look for like terpene profiles that really work and benefit us. So like myrcene, beta carotene.
Those big words again.
Yeah.
Big
you know,
words in the cannabis community.
We're gonna have Dunk put those on the
Yeah, Dunk,
index.
you look that up. Yeah, this is virtually our distant assistant, Dunk. This is how she earns her no paycheck. But she's got some spare time. She can look those up and put them on her glossary of terms.
Right.
But go ahead, sorry.
So in certain aspects, I found in myself in growing is some of those more acrid or like funky, stinkier strains.
Acrid, I don't know what that is.
Yeah. What do you mean by?
What's acrid?
like almost gross.
Okay.
Okay.
Like real skunky.
No,
like-
or moldy. I mean, acrid.
I
can
would
ask
say
Google, but
we've had some stuff that smells like a sweaty gym bag and
Okay.
I know that smell.
Yeah. I know
All right,
that.
so that's
I
acrid.
got
All
an
right.
18-year-old.
That's
that
more than
played
dank.
football
That's
and wrestled.
beyond
The
dank.
cheesy smells.
Yeah,
Beyond
yeah.
dank,
Almost a
you've reached
cheesy funk.
acrid.
And
Got
then
it.
right after that is ass.
Right.
yeah.
Right.
I got
If
you.
not before it.
Or-
I don't know.
or if you ever like played football in high school and left your gear in the trunk,
Oh,
Yeah.
you know, during a
Yeah.
hot summer day, and then
yes.
mom and dad open up the trunk. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yes.
We've
garage
had a
smells
few
like
of
that.
those where it almost burns a little bit when you stem rub it and you're like, oh,
Damn.
You stem
You
rub.
know-
What do you do that for?
just to get like a nose, like what it's smelling like. You know, you
Okay.
just rub on the stem, and you can sort of get like the direction that your plant's going.
Okay.
Like
And
a
by
certain
direction,
profile.
you profile. So
Oh,
if it's gonna
okay,
it's
okay.
sweeter or
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
which
Right.
would
so
tell
is it
you what.
gassy or
Now, what would
Like
those
this-
smells tell you then?
what's that?
What would those smells tell you? So if you're saying it smells sweeter, or when you say gassy, you know, what does that tell you it's going to be or do, just based on the smell?
So a lot of it for us is more subjective. We do have like our chalkboard of where we have like more like blueberry terpene and stuff, or
Yeah.
like those types of
Yeah.
stuff like that was very uplifting. Had behind the eyes more of a cerebral feel to it. Whereas sometimes when we get, like I was saying, into those funkier, more grittier, you're looking into like
the body feel.
body feel,
Yeah.
couch lock.
I
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
You know,
and I'm going to describe those basically sativa indica, you know, indica couch, you know, I like, so that's what I guess I don't pay attention to, because there are some that are the hybrids, and they'll start off like a sativa and then end up in the couch. So you got to plan
Yes.
ahead when you take that. You're like, all right, I'm gonna smoke some. I'm gonna go do this real quick because now I got the energy. Like, I'm gonna turn something on the TV and I'm out. Or usually it's prepare a snack, make some popcorn. and then
I
I'm in the
never get
couch.
the energy feeling. I stay as far away from sativa as
Oh
I
man,
can.
I love them. I get so much done.
I feel like I'm taking speed. It's awful. Like
Yeah,
I
that's
haven't.
just helping me slow my mind down enough so that I can function with it.
Oh, I
If
gotta
that
smoke.
makes sense in any way.
I gotta smoke hybrids, because if I smoke, I've tried sativas. I've tried your way. I'm like, okay, we're during the day. We're gonna smoke sativas, and I'm like, why do I feel like I'm gonna have a panic attack? What's going on?
But
I gotta
you're
do
riding a
something.
tractor, so
Well, that's true. That is
you know,
true.
You got nowhere to go because the tractor's going.
That's true. That's true.
I get that.
That's very much how me and my wife are as well. She is much more on the sativa side,
Yeah.
and I am much more on the indica. I really like Afghan strains, Hindu Kush region strains. Just for that, especially for like fika oil edibles, I have had a greater medicinal effect than if I'm just doing more of the sativa. Sativa for me is hit and miss, you know, so and sometimes it feels like nothing, but I'm stuck in my head. I feel shaky.
Yeah.
I don't
Yep.
like it.
Yep.
I need to get better
You know,
at writing it down, because I just take it and use it and go with it because I'm too busy to stop and
I got
do
shit to
whatever
do.
I'm doing. Yeah, I got shit to do, but I need to. That's why I want to get the Google Assistant. I haven't set that up yet. See, I'm trying. I'm getting there someday, but I want to be able to, because I got a Google speaker in probably every level of the house, so I just want to be able to, wherever I'm at, hey, I don't want to say its name, but then
Right.
tell it, you know, this strain, whatever, this date, I felt this, or whatever, you know, whatever. So it can catalog it and send it to me, because again, I'm a data guy. But work's trained me that. A lot of corporate training. I don't know if that's helpful or not. That's
trying
why I
to-
haven't started to grow yet, because I'm gonna want to be too analytical, and I don't want to take that much time.
Yeah, it might ruin you as a person.
It might, but I also want to be able to just watch it grow, post it online, you know, because it attracts a lot of our viewers or listeners, if you will, to our Instagram page anyway, just seeing the plants and whatever. So if I
Yeah.
start growing, I think that'll be good to add, because you don't post very much.
Me?
Yeah.
I was, and then I've been staying busy. I haven't. Sorry, I was not trying
you
to
did
ignore
make
you.
me
I
this
wasn't being-
brownie, though.
I did
Thank
make you that brownie.
Appreciate
I wasn't trying to be rude, but I was trying to look up.
Good size, right? Isn't that pretty good size?
Yeah,
That is a good size.
How many milligrams is this? Dad?
A lot.
All right, describe a lot.
if
Well, I don't
by
even know.
my calculations, maybe
Don't go anywhere.
You'll wake
tonight?
up.
Yeah, don't go anywhere tonight.
Okay,
Maybe
okay.
north of 250, maybe south of 300.
So
maybe.
I should split that with Banjo.
No.
Okay.
You should take that all and
Not
ride
tell
the
her
lightning.
anything about it.
Right. No, I was trying to
Okay.
look up. I've been smoking a lot of Closet Gremlin from Revolution.
Yeah, I had some of that.
And I was just trying to look it up on their website to see if they had what it was crossed with, to see if you guys might know.
While he's doing that, So your method of choice is another question I like to ask people. Is it flower?
Yes.
You like to smoke it? He puts it in a pre-roll or a cone, and then I just like to smoke it out of a bowl or whatever. But how about you guys?
So I would say our main mode of smoking right now is actually vaporizing through a volcano.
The volcano, there it is.
Fuck,
the
we gotta
See,
get one of
to
those.
get us
Everybody's
out.
talking about. We
I
need to get
figured
one
if
for
we
the
keep
show.
talking about it,
whenever they
maybe
go on
Volcano will
sale,
send us one.
Like we got a ridiculous sale on ours. It was at a head shop that was going out of business.
Oh, there you
unfortunately
go.
For them.
Keep an eye out for that.
And so, I mean, it was still, what did we pay? Like $385.
I mean, they're not cheap, German engine.
That is
know,
cheap though compared to what they
But
list
I want
for.
to say they're like $600 brand new.
This is why I don't
Or
have one.
At MSRP, I think it might be. I haven't checked, but we saw that we had the money, and it was like, you know,
Hell
let's.
I
use
mean, Volcano, if you're listening, we are looking for advertisers. If you'd like to send us one, I'd be happy to talk
So
more
Aubrey
about your
over
product.
at, sorry, I didn't mean to step on you.
You're good.
Aubrey over at Greenleaf said that she'd sell us one for 20% off. So
$20? I like
20.
it.
Yes, $20.
$20, Aubrey.
he's-
20
20
bucks,
Aubrey.
Volcano. Wait, does it work? Probably not at $20.
Probably not. Yeah, it might be the one that somebody turned back in.
Maybe.
It is amazing though the amount, or I should say, the amount you're not having to smoke to still get medicated.
Oh.
I mean,
You use less product.
I would say a gram will last us maybe 8 to 10 bagfuls of,
Oh shit.
because they,
Hold on.
you know,
Hold
so
on.
that's
His dogs are going crazy. Hold on one second.
How you doing?
Is Cortucky Claus out there? I hope he didn't fall over again, did he? You have to go save his life? Huh? You told me about that. There's an old boy that lives catty corner from my buddy and from him, and he looks like Santa Claus out there. He's this old guy with a big white beard. A cross between Jesse from what was that show in the 80s with the bear? Grizzly Adams. He's a
Okay,
cross between
yep.
Jesse and Santa Claus.
Just so you know, I did tell him about the show. So if you're listening, I didn't say that.
What?
Anything you just said about it.
Well, you can cut it out, dipshit.
No, it's going to be in there because now we all know if he's listening.
I guess one way to find out.
Right?
So anyway, sorry.
Now-
Where were we?
Oh, go ahead.
I have no
I was just
clue.
gonna throw in there too that another aspect that I think my wife missed off on is that she's also an artist, and you know, so like she's actually, you know, found strains that we've grown. In particular, we have a cross that we've been working that's our Manituska Thunderfuck cross to Gemistella.
Wait. Repeat that, please.
It's Manituska Thunderfuck.
How the fuck? How do you come up with that
See,
name?
I got to hear that name again. Didn't you want to hear that again? I mean, come on.
How do you come up with that?
And is it weird that
Somebody
he's...
just sneezed. Hey, man, it's just fuck.
All right, we'll call it that.
So the Manituska actually comes from the Manituska Valley in Alaska,
Oh,
which is a precursor to the Alaskan Thunderfuck. So
Who knew?
right.
They
right.
knew. That's who.
That's who. Okay, hold on.
And-
You're talking about like people that grow it up there, not like natural, right?
yeah, so it comes from the Manituska Valley, so it grew in that valley specifically.
Like naturally?
What is it, Ruderalis?
What's that?
Naturally?
It's been here since the
so
Garden of Eden.
It came from crosses, they say, of possibly skunk and hazes,
Uh-huh.
and it grew out in the Manituska Valley area. So, and that's where it's a hybrid that nobody quite. There's a lot of lore of what exactly its parent genetics are.
Okay.
But we
It
were
just-
able to get a reproduction from 1974 from Sinister Seeds. He was in a lot of forums known as the Real Indican. He's also a Marine veteran.
Okay.
And that's sort of how I found him out, was through another veteran.
Okay.
And then we had a pack of Gemistella, which is 91 Outlaw Chem, crossed the candy that's crossed to Creme Brulee. That was done by our good friend Organic Panic out in New
Organic
York.
Panic. I like that
And-
too.
And
Names.
he's definitely, if I can send you his information too. He is a phenomenal living soil grower.
Okay.
He does a bunch of processing. His hash rosin is absolutely amazing looking. I'm jealous whenever he shows
Hash
and posts up
rosin.
on there.
We don't get into that too much.
No, but we need to.
I know.
Like, I want to be very clear. Like, we claim to not be experts at
Right.
this shit. This is why we talk.
I'm
to
pretty
people.
sure the disclaimer's at the end of the story.
Right.
Guy
Like,
on the
we're
couch
more-
says, "I'm
yeah,
officially
yeah.
a little dumber." I mean,
Right,
I'm pretty
right.
sure that's good
But
disclaimer.
okay, but hold on, back up to Manitousca Valley. So
Yes.
I'm my mind is blown. So like that weed grew naturally in the valley in Alaska. You're not talking about like somebody that like people that lived in that valley 10 years ago cultivated this. You're talking about maybe hundreds of years ago or thousands or whatever it grew there. Is that what you're saying?
So with the actual where it came from across. So it's not land race to Alaska.
Okay.
So, but it came there and it grew profusely in the valley. From my understanding, it's like one big open pollination where there's male and female, and that was what was there in that time frame. And there's different phenotypes.
That's
and
amazing.
All,
Like
all that good.
That just blows my mind that in Alaska weed grew.
It wants to grow everywhere. It needs to grow everywhere because it's for everyone.
Right.
Everywhere. Everybody should have it. Grow it. Use it. Now, the volcano.
Yes.
You do edibles too, then, or just and in
Yes.
the volcano, it's usually flour, or do you put some of the resins and rosins and whatever that I can't remember?
We
the
just
differences?
do the flower in the volcano.
Yeah.
We have a e-nail to do like flower rosin and hash rosin and stuff like
Describe
that
an
as well.
e-nail,
Yeah, what is that?
like an electric nail.
Yeah, so
'Cause I've had the nail where you take the torch and you heat it up and then you put the dab and then you try and we tried that.
That was embarrassing.
Right.
That's how we started, and goodness, I can't tell you how many times I had ugly face, sweating, red as could be, snot coming out,
Going, oh my God, I'm so
questioning
high.
a lot of life decisions.
Like
Yes.
if you listen to that guy Dab and Dick episode 2, God,
Holy shit,
if we
those are-
listen to that would sound like crap.
I don't want to go back and listen.
Literally
We
upstairs
suck
in my
so
home office
bad.
bedroom. We
I mean, we're
recorded
bad
that.
now, but we were way worse.
Slightly
back
better.
then.
We have a theme song now.
Yeah, we do have a team song.
And we
now.
have awesome guests.
Yeah, well, that's cool.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
Christy, same way then? You like you like flour in the volcano?
Oh,
That's your
I-
preferred way?
I prefer doobies.
There you go. Old school.
Thank
She like-
God.
and roll your own?
We're
Always.
together. We'll stick together.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. That's all I smoke is doobies.
Now you roll them or do you get cones? I bought
I
the metal
prefer the
roller.
cones.
Yeah.
I'm learning how to roll better.
Yeah.
I got you.
I'm actually pretty good at rolling.
He's
Okay.
actually really good. Really good.
I need to
So-
take the time to learn how to roll, but I smoke so many fucking joints a day.
I don't hate
I
the
don't have
machine. That's
time.
pretty slick.
Yeah, I've seen them, but I just need to.
It just bloop, bloop, bloop. The little brass machine got on Amazon. It's got some rollers and it rolls
I
it
don't.
up.
I don't want to make
Nope.
pinners though. I want to make big fat ones.
That's why I put the filter tip in there, and then it's cigarette size. And then you put them in a whole pack.
All right, I might have to. One of these days, I might have to take more time and play with that. Then.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
well, that's cool.
Yeah, fecal oil is probably what I use the most during the winter.
And what is
Okay.
that?
It's where we decarb our flour, and then we'll extract it using Everclear. If we can, we use 190 proof, but usually I can't find that locally, so we've just been using the 151 proof Everclear.
Okay.
And then after you decarb it, fill up the container, and I just use mason jars. Give it a good little shake, let it sit in there in the freezer for a little bit, and then we'll strain it out. And then you have that tincture. You can add it to sugar. You can put it on top of, already bought gummies. If you didn't want to make your own gummies.
Oh, no. Yeah, just to cover up the taste a little bit.
Yep. And then so underneath that, if you're making your own gummies, you can put sugar underneath it. And so whatever runs off what you're trying to make your edible with the FECO, it runs into the sugar. So it's not going to be super potent, but in that way, you're not having any loss.
Oh, that's cool.
So,
Right on.
You know,
I go way
that's-
too technical for me.
So when you're making that, how much are you using to make that? Like how many ounces?
so when we do it, we do, was it 1 cup per ounce? Or I'd have to check our stuff there. But when we put them in our beakers, we use a 10 milliliter little plunger,
Okay.
and that, or not, yeah, milliliter, right?
A dablicator.
Lost me.
Yeah.
She's letting you out on an island. She's like, I don't know what you're talking about. dude."
She's an artist.
So
Yeah, it's up to you.
But whatever the one, or no, it's 3 milliliters, isn't it? Each plunger. The amber bottles.
Oh yeah. No, they're about a milliliter apiece.
1 milliliter. Okay, I guess they're a milliliter. I was way off. It's not 10. If you're using 10 milliliters, you might go to the Mars.
Uh-oh.
Might be a fun trip. One
But
time.
when we dose it, we try to dose at like 1 milliliter being close to about 10 to 15 milligrams. So
Oh, okay.
so it's not, like 250 milligrams in one shot.
Right. So
It's
are
more
you
dosable, more medicinal to take than, I guess, the recreational.
I gotcha. So do you think you're using like 5 or 6 ounces to make a batch, or
It depends. Our last time that we did it, we used a quarter pound of
Okay.
product to make it. And
Okay.
We filled, when we backfilled it, I want to say it was probably 3/4 of the gallon mason jar.
Oh, of fecal oil. That's a lot of. Okay, so you got quite a bit of product off a quarter pound.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I
So-
might have to look into trying that sometime.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's other ways where people will purge it out, and they have it come and it's more of a less viscous,
Uh-huh.
and it's more of like a tar.
Yep.
And so that's where you start getting more similar consistency to like RSO.
Okay.
So
I gotcha.
that's what we do as far as like our application for it.
Okay. I got a bunch of dog shit weed from my last grow that I fucked up. I should use it up like that. Should try
Dog
it.
shit weed.
Oh, it's awful.
That's what you need to put in the weed blower.
Dog shit weed.
Yeah.
I need to get up closer to the mic.
Yeah. But,
why would you put bad weed in the weed blower?
Well, because then you're not wasting money in case, I don't know, because you're losing so much out in the air.
Oh,
I did
that's
see
true.
something cool. What was it? They had the two-turn Tony, maybe it was. I don't remember. But they got the weed blower.
Uh-huh.
But then they have made a helmet out of like the 5-gallon like water cooler jug.
Yeah.
You put over it and with a port so they could put the weed blower right in the side.
Oh,
of it,
I
just
like that.
flood the helmet and there's like, damn, it looks.
Yeah.
He said he hated it so much, but also he loved it so much. It's like, all right,
That's
well
awesome.
done.
That's
Things I get
awesome.
off of Instagram besides growers.
Right. Oh, speaking of that, when you're using the volcano, is that
Yes.
is that a good one person unit, or is that really too big for just one person?
I would.
Depends on your use.
Just
Yeah, I would
asking
say
if
it
it was
really
too big of a
depend on your
unit.
use, like, because they do have handheld units too.
Okay.
That
Portable?
You can do that are smaller and yep.
I'm-
Because the tabletop one, that's not very travel friendly.
No,
I got you. I'm probably smoking at least 1.5 grams to 2 grams at a time in my joints. I
Yeah.
use a king size joint. So
That's about similar to what.
what you guys are?
Yeah, about 1 gram and a half.
Okay.
joints
Okay.
is
And you're
when-
using the
when we roll.
tabletop one for the both of you?
Yep.
and that
So,
was
like,
holding how
when-
much?
That's holding 1 gram.
That's
you
holding
said.
a gram.
Uh,
So
when it-
you're able to split it. You're saying then.
Oh yeah, like so when I do it, I can put the bag on, fill the bag all the way.
There's a
And
bag
then-
again. So they just it pulls it out into a bag, and then you just carry this bag with smoke in
just
around.
go grab
I
one.
did we see one before?
Oh, this is going to be an education. No, we've never seen one.
Yeah, because the second time I think we've heard this bag.
Muddy Muddy
Big Muddy Genetics.
Big Muddy Genetics.
So, see,
was-
same again with the genetics. They
Yeah.
the bags must be the secret.
Yeah, we've got it.
So
Oh shit!
it's just a bag like this.
Grab the whole thing.
Yeah, you can grab the whole thing, and the little mouthpiece comes out. It's got a valve that locks so that when it goes on top of the unit, it just sits there. You heat it up, and
It just pulls the
As
smoke
it-
right into this bag, and then you pull
it
it off there, and then
expands,
you just
you
take
pull
what
it
you want.
off. and then it's just
So
you just hit it there.
so could I stand next to my tent and exhale into my tent so it goes through my exhaust?
There's the volcano.
Oh,
So you got
and
the
then it
volcano.
wouldn't-
Man, it
So
looks massive.
this is the capsule that holds it in there.
Okay.
And you just take the little bit. We don't fill it up all the way. It has the little nipple here that sits on and goes on. You set your stuff and just
And then it fills up. and-
fills up just like that.
I'm gonna have to get one.
Right.
I'm gonna have to get one of those.
All right. Now, because we're trying to be official, right?
Right.
We now have a business. We now have a bank account. We're now accepting advertising. And we're a possibility, I'll believe it when I see it, a studio,
Possibly.
possibly. If that should happen, I mean, that's got to be a thing for the studio.
I agree.
One of our first purchases, hopefully sponsored by Volcano.
Right.
Maybe we'll get to them by the time that happens.
Maybe.
That Volcano sponsored Volcano right in our Dick and Dank studio.
Yeah. Sponsored by Volcano.
Right.
Yeah.
And
And
whoever
every single guest that comes in gets to take
try
a
this.
pull.
Exactly. I mean, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't have to worry about burning through your head stash either, because just a little bit, get 2, 3, maybe. Sometimes we've gotten 4 bags out of it, fully inflated
So
bags.
that bag fully
Wow.
inflated, we're saying that's what, 2.5 feet long? No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty close.
Yeah.
Jeez.
All right. So 2.5 feet. So you're carrying that
Oh,
around
yeah.
now. How long? Now, how many? 2.5 feet. So how many inhales is that, or how many hits would you say? That bag.
Like
That
10
many?
and 15.
10 to
Yeah, probably like
15.
10.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
maybe. I mean,
Yeah.
hits.
I mean, I
so,
cheap on
yeah.
it pretty good.
So it's like smoking one of your cones. That whole bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically. Yeah.
I'd say it's pretty similar. It's a little different though, because you're not.
attractive doing. I'm just saying.
That's true.
It feels a little weird.
It
I'll be
it looks a
honest.
little
It feels
weird,
a little weird.
but it looks better than the crack addict with the pipe and the torch. And the,
You don't have to like wear a rubber suit when you use that thing, do you? Like,
No, not at all.
and
well, you
pretend
can't let
you're-
the smoke go away, so it's got
I
to be.
just want to make sure
it's
I
better
have to
than
be
a bread
like
sack.
a gimp when I'm, isn't that those things that people are called that wear the rubber suit? I don't know. I'm not into that
I
stuff,
bet
guess.
I bet if we got technical, there's a way we could somehow do that and like pull it into like an aerosol, like a bigger tank, like air compressor tank, like pull the smoke into that and then be portable and compress it and then just right off the air compressor hose.
Oh man.
That would be
Farmer guy
awesome.
and me might think of something like
even
that.
better. You could just pretend that you need oxygen. You just put a nasal cannula in,
Boom.
walk around. It's a constant THC going into your nose.
just-
Nobody would know.
Exactly.
Oh, we're gonna
Except
be
for the
rich.
smoke you're breathing out.
Right. Oh, shit.
Perfect.
I didn't think about that.
It'd make doing a NPA a lot more enjoyable if
Right.
you had some weed going in.
Yes, I agree. Oh, that's hilarious.
NPA.
Nasopharyngeal
Nasopharyngeal
airway.
Oh man. Damn,
Yeah.
look at you guys.
I can't believe I
Big
remember that.
words. I'm glad I asked because I'm like, I thought maybe that was something I should know. There's no way I would have known that.
No, you believe it or not, I never put one of those in. I've nasally intubated a bunch of times, but I have not. I've never put NPA in.
Yeah, I was when I took the combat lifesaver course before we deployed in 2009.
Okay.
I was the guinea pig
Oh,
to have the NPA done.
They did it on you.
And- Yeah.
Did you
and then I
puke?
had to use my own spit.
so what does it got it? Where's it got to go? What does it do?
It goes in your nose,
Like how far?
all the way.
Oh, it
Like it
all
goes to the
way
back of
in
your
open
throat.
airway.
Oh,
Yeah.
it doesn't sound. I'm sure
The-
I had one of those.
The point
I
is
had
to
the
bypass
worst
your tongue.
nosebleed afterwards too.
Did you really?
Oh yeah,
Oh.
I was gushing good.
Oh man,
That doesn't sound pleasant.
no! You should put. So they didn't give you the option to put KY on it.
No, I guess my corpsman must just.
Your
disliked
corpsman's an
me, I
asshole,
guess.
just for the record.
You got fucked nasally
Right.
by yourself
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
without lube.
that-
I guess your
Yeah.
your
So
spit.
you know how they say,
When in
like,
doubt,
or maybe,
spit.
and maybe you don't know, like when you're unconscious, your tongue falls in the back of your throat, and that's
You-
why you aren't breathing.
When that happened, I was unconscious, so I
So-
don't remember. But
they
I did
intubated
know
you.
that. But
They-
so I knew you turn people to the side and whatever.
Yeah, I won't go into details, I guess. But yes,
Let's not get graphic on it.
yeah, I started to. Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
Yeah. But weed is why we're here today. But Dustin and Christy. I like Krysti. I don't know if I've
Yes.
ever seen it spelled that way. I like it.
I do too.
It's very unique.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
way to be
is.
unique. And Dustin, thank you for being our guest today. Hang Fire Genetics, Hang Fire with a 1 for the I _ genetics. We are Dope Discussions with Dick and Dank. You can find us on our website, dickanddank.com. You can follow me specifically on Instagram, which I think is my preferred, because it's the biggest weed community that's, I think, allowed to be out there and vocally. We're talking on Instagram right now. People show pictures, they're smoking, they're doing it all right there on Instagram. Thank you again, Instagram. Not that they had anything to do with this other than giving me the platform to use.
They don't deplatform us.
This is
That's
true.
a big thing these days.
This is true. Yeah. So I am Mr. Dank5. You are Dope Discussions _ Dick.
Yep.
Is that correct? Right.
That
on.
is correct.
And that's how you follow us on Instagram. That's where I'm most active. But you can also follow us on Facebook, Blue Sky, X, anywhere else. But our true Dick and Dank listeners like to follow us on our website, so they get a personal email from me every time I put up a new episode on the website.
You make it sound like that's exciting.
I got to do something to hype it up. Man, I'm a hype guy.
I'm personally going to send you an email.
Well, what are you going to do?
Nothing. I'm going to say what's up.
Well, the people that don't do that don't get that. Maybe I add a little extra picture sometimes.
Now you're sending out dick pics.
Of you, yeah. Dick pic.
That's not a good picture. About the same, probably.
It's your dick. Not
Nobody
my
wants to
job.
see either picture.
But you can listen to us on Spotify, iHeart, iTunes, YouTube, SoundCloud. And speaking of SoundCloud, you can go to SoundCloud and download our song, just our song specifically. So in case you can't get that out of your head and you just want to listen to it all the time, you can download it and put it right in your phone. Make that your ringtone.
I kind of play the air guitar when I kind of feel
Right?
like I'm,
It makes me want to get high when I listen to it. I do know that.
Yeah.
Well, we
Agree.
are Dick and Dank. Thank you, Dustin and Christy from Hang Fire Genetics. It's been awesome.
Yeah, thanks
thank
for
you
being
for
on.
hailing Trauma Translator, because now he's moved on to bigger and better things. Thanks to the weed that you've created for him, that he can grow himself and heal himself.
Well, and once I run those seeds that you sent me and I get my buddy Andy to try some, if that's 2 for 2, man, it'd be nice if that's 2 for 2. You're on to something if that's, you know what I mean? Like, really.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I can't wait to run these, and he can't wait for it either.
Right on. What am I waiting for?
No, my buddy Andy, not my buddy Dank.
Right. Andy.
You'll smoke anything I bring.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, should I trust it?
Yeah.
All right. I mean, you trust me under
What's
the
the worst-
table again. So.
I don't trust. You're right.
It's like a trick. I don't know if I do it on purpose.
Do you know what? I looked up and I thought of that halfway through this podcast. I'm like, that motherfucker put me under the board again. Like,
It's not even on purpose. The right side of the board, I'm right-handed. I'm on the. I don't know. I just do it.
just for the record, anybody that listens, he controls all the banking stuff. So if we have an accident here and there was a big deposit and we accidentally hit it big just before I died, we're on
at that
record
time,
knowing he did it.
We'll be in our studio by then.
Okay, then I feel better about that. I don't have to be under the shuffleboard. table.
Hopefully, I'll be a part of the build on that.
Right.
Looking for fresh beats and smooth vibes? Check out Music by Ernie, streaming now on SoundCloud. Whether you're chilling, driving, or turning up the volume, Ernie's got the soundtrack for your moment. Don't miss out. Search Music by Ernie today, only on SoundCloud.
Yeah, here we go. Good night.
Talking things and important facts, like what's next, give me gas. There's a place that you wanna go. The clientele is really slow. dickanddank.com, oh yeah. dickanddank.com, alright. dickanddank.com. Fa la 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 la. Fa la 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 la. Fa la 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 la. dickanddank.com. dickanddank.com.
I think I'm officially a little dumber after listening to that. I was actually thinking that as soon as you said that. Perfect.
Good times. How good did that feel? Honestly.
That was awesome. Hey,
Yeah.
thanks, guys. Thanks for being on short
Yeah.
notice, too.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
had a
for
guest. And
sure.
I don't know what happened, but
My
it's
last
like,
two guests have shit out on me.
yeah, he's the busy guy. So I wait for him to be free, and then I say, well, let me see who I got to message me that I said I'll see when Dick's available, and then we'll get him on.
Yeah, you got us at a perfect time too, because this is homecoming week for the kids. So we've been all over. My son's in choir, my oldest son's in
Nice.
FFA and doing the FFA float and chapter meetings. So,
Right on.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So today was like our only free day. So
Well,
I
it was
guess-
meant to be. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Worked out perfect. I mean, for me, it falls right up. I like to change topics and change things up. We're just trying to figure this out as we go. But
Right.
here we are, episode 35.
It's just
we're
kind
doing
of fun,
something,
like having people tell their stories.
right?
Like,
Yeah, for sure.
I just want people to accept weed more publicly. Like,
yeah.
Not that we got to throw it in your face, but just don't give me a dirty look because I had to smoke weed or I had to stop and go over there or the smell. I'm sorry, it stinks.
I follow
You-
all my sports teams, not all my sport. I like the Hawkeyes, and so I follow them and farm stuff on X. And the amount of people that are toxic about weed on X is unreal.
Yes.
I get so
I-
fucking mad.
That's why you shouldn't be on there.
I actually had somebody come up and mention like, hey, do you know you smell like marijuana? And I said, thanks for noticing my disability. And the look on their face was great.
Oh, good for
Like
you,
they had
dude.
nothing. They had nothing to say.
Fucking
Yeah.
good
Just
for
like-
you. Yeah. Well, it just, I've talked about this before. I have several friends of mine that are or were professional firemen, and they had to retire early from PTSD from all the fucked up shit that we've seen, and
Right.
and then you have these assholes that are, their noses are so glowing red from all the booze they
Right?
drink.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Saying weed smokers are worthless, dumb pieces of shit.
Right.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I mean,
Just like being stereotypical. I mean, they're going to have stereotypes about anything, race,
yeah, I mean,
and religion,
but
everything else.
in all fairness, I was the same way 10 years ago.
Yeah,
I
what you
mean,
didn't know.
And so
Yeah.
I was the same way getting out of the Marine Corps. I mean, I've
Yep.
in the
I was in the
Marines,
National Guard. It's like, you can't do it. I don't want to get kicked out. It's paying for my college,
Yeah.
Right.
And then every job I had, they drug test randomly. He's like, well, shit, I
Yep.
can't. Now I work from home.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
I
dude.
love it.
Hey, when we run these, or when I run these, we'll have to have you guys back on and we'll talk about it and all that stuff. How's that sound?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
That's
yeah,
cool.
we would love it. And we kept notes on the grow as well. So if you run into, we found out that she loves calcium.
Okay.
So not Cal Meg, but calcium.
Calcium.
She'll eat calcium every single watering almost.
Okay.
And she'll just eat it up. And we ended up stopped giving her calcium. What was it, week 6? It might be week 6 or 7. I'd have to check.
Okay.
But all the way up until then, until the final where it's ripening and everything, she was just eating up the calcium.
Wow. I'll send you pictures of the stuff I use, and you can tell me if, hey, that'll do good, or hey, maybe you need to try something different too for this shit too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So-
if you guys are ever interested in trying to learn to make your own inputs or anything like that, we don't gatekeep it. We teach you
That's
a
cool.
really easy class too. So
Awesome. Maybe we have to do a podcast on that too.
okay,
Or
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
we don't have to get into the details on it if you don't want, but you know what I mean? Just informational,
we-
Simple stuff. Yeah.
we just throw out there what we've learned, a lot through forums, YouTube, other people on Instagram, or
Well, luckily, I'm clueless
Whatever.
about most of it. So then I like to ask questions. So then our listeners that are as dumb as me will know what's going on.
right?
yeah,
Cool.
absolutely.
I get, well, we're trying to keep it interesting for, because I understand people that, because we got friends listening that don't smoke weed, which is why I struggle to have friends, because most of them don't smoke weed.
Right.
But this is why I have other people I can talk to about weed, because otherwise it's you and guy on the couch, and nobody else I know regularly smokes weed. But
Right.
I need
Right.
different friends, I think.
Yeah, maybe
But we're making different friends.
we are. We're making better friends. No, I'm
Right?
kidding. They're all good friends.
They
They're
are.
just different friends.
I think I'm still recording.
Oh,
No, but
Yeah, and you guys are in what?
Illinois.
Illinois, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So
We're
that's,
in Moline.
That's not
We're-
too far.
yeah,
No,
we're by
no.
Moline, Illinois, where John Deere is
Okay.
at.
yep.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah,
So
because we go up through Illinois to go up to Wisconsin to see my family. So
oh, cool.
Right
That's
on.
cool.
Well, we've been hanging out at the edge, so our studio, if we get one, will be not too far from there. That's what we're trying to do is work our way. Well, one, we're up to weekly episodes, trying to be able to be consistently weekly episodes, and then move to live episodes, so we can. Hey, we're going to be live streaming on whatever night. I guess works best for our schedule, but
Right.
that we can advertise. That way you can have interaction from the crowd or people want to listen live. There's so much live streaming on Instagram. I just figure we can live stream
Yeah.
on Instagram and then record it as an episode while we're talking to our guests.
Yep.
And then we can get them to ask questions. So that's where I'm trying to head it once we get a studio.
And if you guys are ever coming through this area,
Then you can be right there in person.
And reach out to us. We'll fucking get stoned together and do a podcast in person.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
That'd
I'd
be
definitely
fun.
be down. Wife would be down.
Hell yeah.
Now, our
Hell
biggest
yeah.
dream is getting a mobile studio that we can travel the countryside and smoke weed with people and just drive to you.
That
But
would be so cool.
we got to hit it big for
Big
that.
old-
Well, I'd like to I want to get a motorhome with a great big fancy trailer and then go from like dispensary to dispensary as they open maybe or
Yeah.
whatever. And then, that dispensary pays us, I don't know, $2,500 just for
You know,
figuring.
help launch them there.
Yeah, and we
Right.
come there and that for $2,500 we got the Moto podcast studio. It's also a sesh bus.
Right. So they can come in
Sesh
and try the weed
bus.
right on the
Yep.
trailer
Yeah.
while talking
And
to
then
us.
we do the podcast, so we're advertising for your dispensary also.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that'd be fucking cool as
Right.
shit. Do a couple of those a weekend and just,
Yeah.
through the wintertime, go through the South and
So I get the radio background. You do live remotes all the time. It's like 20 years ago, $250 an hour or some shit.
yeah, come up to Michigan, see you guys, do all
Yeah,
kinds
that
of
would be great.
Yeah, that'd be cool as shit. So, all right. Well, hey, I got to get going, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
This was awesome,
We
man.
had
It
a
was
great
nice to meet
time.
you
Thank
guys, and I can't wait to do this again.
Yeah,
Thank you
most
very
definitely.
much.
Have a good one, guys.
All right,
bet.
you too. Thanks again.
Bye.
I think that went pretty good.
Yeah.
I wasn't kidding though. I do have to go.
That's good.
I have to get Luke now when I didn't have to before.